So I just exited a Sportster's natural habitat, which is the gas station. And we're on the road. So what are we talking about? Well, I've been noticing this year especially, I don't really know why. I haven't really changed anything, but I've been getting so many comments on my bike. It's just strange to me. I've had people ask me things like, what year is it? Like, that's a big one. For some reason, when people ask me about my bike, they ask me what year it is. And I don't really know why. Maybe my bike looks older than it is, because like I tell people the year and like they don't believe me. And I think like they give me a funny look, or maybe they think that it looks newer, which I highly doubt, because my bike is almost always freaking just covered in shit, So I don't really know, like for me it's kind of weird when people ask me that question. Like that's the only thing they want to know. It's like, what year is it? And I'm like, 05. And they're like, oh, okay. Why that's so intriguing, I'm not really sure, but anyway, it is for some reason. And I don't know where the heck I'm going, but for some reason that intrigues people. I'm not really sure why. Also, I've had somebody ask, actually no, let me explain the story first. So a guy in a gas station asked me, oh, what year is your bike? 2005. Oh, cool. Hops in his car, drives away, and then I'm like watching him drive away, and somebody cut him off or whatever, and his wife was driving, he was in the passenger seat, or I'm assuming it was his wife. Cut him off, and is this just a turn? Yeah. So somebody cut him off, right? And he's like hanging out the window, his wife's beeping the horn, he's hanging out the passenger window, flipping him off and like screaming at the guy. And I thought it was hilarious, because you just got this freaking guy who's just like totally cool, talk to me, and he's like, hey, what year is your bike, whatever. And I'm just like, oh, 05. He's like, oh, cool. And the next thing you know, he's like screaming out this person just outside of the parking lot. So it was really strange. I'm like, all right, this is kind of weird, But so that was an interesting comment. And then just today, which made me think of this, a guy asked me, he's like, how many cc's is that? And at first I didn't hear him. I'm like, oh, what? What'd you ask? He's like, how many cc's is it? I'm like, oh, it's 1200. And he's like, oh, good. So I'm not sure. I mean, it says 1200 on the air cleaner, and he was looking for the air cleaner, but I think my leg was blocking it. So like, I think he knew a decent amount about Harleys, because I think he realized there was the 883 and the 1200. And so he asked me, I'm like, it's a 1200. He's like, oh, good. And so like there was that guy, and he didn't even say anything else. He's like, okay. He was just happy to know that I had the 1200 for whatever reason. I'm a little bit nervous as to what he would have said if I had the 883. Wonder if he would have been like, oh man, upgrade it or whatever. But so that was kind of strange. And then I had another guy. I've had a couple people this year, just the good old, hey, nice bike, looks good, whatever. And what's funny is whenever people say that, my bike has been like absolutely filthy. It's just been the most dirty, disgusting thing, it seems like, every time somebody says, hey, nice bike, and I'm like, thanks, it's covered in shit right now. But it's weird, this past year, I don't know why, but for some reason this past year, I've been getting so many comments on my bike, and I haven't done anything. I took the saddlebags off, that's it. And it's like, compared to other Harleys, realistically, this bike is not like anything special. It's an 05 Sportster Roadster. It's not like really chromed out, it's not blacked out. It's not, I don't have custom paint or anything. I don't have I got really loud pipes, but that's it. So like, other than ridiculously loud exhaust, there's really nothing special about this bike than any other Harley. Like, it's less special than any other Harley pretty much. And for some reason, I get so many comments on it. It's the strangest thing. And what I also find kind of weird is, because Harleys are just so dime a dozen nowadays, like, I'm shocked that I even get comments on it at all. You think people would just be tired of like, oh, it's another Harley, big frickin' deal, so it's really strange, even at that I get comments on it, because Harleys are just so commonplace nowadays. And I mean, if I had a bike like let's say I had like an old Triumph or like an old Bonneville or Triumph Bonneville. If I had an old Ironhead Sporty or a Shovelhead, and all nice and, you know, cleaned up, chromed out. You know, what if I had an old Ural or something? I wonder if I'd get the same kind of response and have people like, oh, what is that? You know, what year is that? Blah, blah, blah. I'm curious, you know? And it's really cool to have people ask me about my bike. Like, I'm not used to it, because it's like only this year it seems like everybody's interested in it. I don't know why. But it's really quite flattering, honestly. I mean, it's an almost stock Sportster, and so many people take interest in it that it's kind of like, hey, people like this model, I guess, you know. But I don't know, maybe it's me, maybe it's the camera. I have no idea like why people are asking me when it seems like I keep not getting it on camera. That's what's funny too. I'll have the camera on the helmet, which I almost always do nowadays, but I seem to never get it on film. People asking me this stuff, I don't know why, but I don't know, it's just strange. My question to you is, do you get comments on your bike? You know, do you find that people ask the same stuff? You know, maybe I've just haven't been riding in populous enough areas, because now I'm riding in a more populous areas for commuting and stuff than I used to be. So maybe it's just a matter of that, you know, there's more people around to ask me about my bike rather than where I used to be riding, where there was hardly anyone ever around to even ask me about my bike. So that's possible. I guess that could be the case. So I don't know. Well, all I know is that I kind of like it. It's cool, you know, people are interested in, you know, in your bike. You're just some random person, and they feel comfortable enough to walk up to you and ask you this and that. Like, I think that's awesome. You know, I love questions like that. So anyway, that's just my little comment I want to make for this video. And ride on, everyone, ride free, and get compliments for your bike, I guess. Yeah, make that your goal. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to rake this thing out and chop it and put a freaking fishtails on it and see if I get compliments that way. Anyway, I don't know. So talk to y'all later. Peace out. And there's a deer right there. Holy bejesus. Holy bejesus. Oh my god, I saw my left flash before my eyes. Now he was way off on the shoulder, but he's just chilling, staring at me. Okay, deer, you know, feel free to just stare at me. Freaking idiot. Run, you dumb brown bastard. Freaking deer. I hate deer. I really do. I have this like this hate for deer that I probably shouldn't have, but I do. Oh yeah, get that low end torque. Oh yeah, climbing them hills. Oh yeah. I really can't go that fast in this road because there's a bunch of loose gravel, so I can only do it in a straight line. But anyway, talk to you later. Feel free to comment about some of your biking experiences of people asking you stuff, and peace out.